You think you're safe because you can see the blue sky. You think the atmosphere is a wall. It isn't. It's a thin, fragile layer of gas being held against a violent universe by a failing magnetic pulse. Look at Mars. Stop looking for aliens. Stop looking for water. Look at the skinless corpse of a planet. Mars didn't lose its habitability. It was violated. It was held in place by the sun and stripped naked while it was still alive. Every ocean, every breath of oxygen, every memory of a living world was torn off its surface and scattered into the vacuum like dust. NASA calls it atmospheric escape. I call it a slow-motion execution. And the most uncomfortable part? The executioner hasn't left. It's the same sun hitting your skin right now. The same radiation that turned Mars into a rusted graveyard is currently clawing at our own shield, searching for a crack. Mars isn't a planet. It's a preview. It's a mirror showing you exactly what you will look like when the protection finally expires. Welcome to Cosmos Protocol. Today, we aren't studying space. We are studying the anatomy of a murder. Mars didn't collapse. It didn't explode. It didn't just fade away like a candle in the night. It was slowly, systematically stripped. For decades, we've stared at its rusted surface through the eyes of rovers, searching for fossils and ancient riverbeds. We told ourselves a safe story, that Mars was simply a failed experiment, a world that couldn't hold on to its life. But the truth is far more violent. Mars didn't fail. It was mugged. The very star that gives us life, the sun, is the same predator that tore the blue sky away from Mars and threw it into the cold darkness of space. Today, we aren't just looking at a red desert. We are looking at a crime scene. And if we look closely enough, we might realize that the perpetrator is already looking at us. Right now, beneath your feet, a violent war is being fought. Earth's molten iron core is churning like a massive planetary engine, generating an invisible shield called the magnetic field. This shield is the only reason you can breathe. Mars once had a heart that beat just as loudly as ours. It had its own shield, its own thick atmosphere, and oceans that likely rivaled our own. But billions of years ago, for a reason that still haunts science, the Martian dynamo stopped. The moment that heart went cold, the death sentence was signed. Without its magnetic shield, Mars became naked. The solar wind, a relentless stream of high-energy particles, began to rip through the Martian atmosphere, layer by layer, molecule by molecule. It wasn't a sudden disaster. It was a slow, agonizing deletion. The oceans didn't just dry up. They were physically dragged out into the void, leaving behind nothing but a silent, rusted graveyard. We find comfort in calling Mars our past because it makes us feel like we've evolved beyond it. But the cosmic clock tells a different story. Mars isn't a glimpse into where we came from. It is a high-definition preview of where we are going. We are made of the same stardust, orbiting the same volatile star, and protected by a shield that isn't immortal. Mars isn't behind us in time. It is standing miles ahead of us, waiting. It is a mirror showing us what happens to a planet when its luck finally runs out. We dream of colonizing those red plains, of building glass domes and breathing recycled air. But we often ignore the irony. We are rushing toward our own ending, trying to inhabit our own grave. The red dust of Mars is a reminder that habitability is not a right. It's a temporary loan from the universe. The most uncomfortable part of our obsession with Mars is the silence. It didn't scream when it died. It just went quiet. Every breath of air, every potential for life was scrubbed away by the sun's radiation until nothing was left but the echo of what could have been. If we ever find a single fossilized cell in that red soil, it won't be a celebration. It will be the ultimate tragedy, because it will prove that life isn't rare, but survival is. It will prove that the universe gives us a small window of opportunity, a brief moment of warmth in the dark, and then it slams it shut without a second thought. We aren't the heroes of an infinite story. We are just passengers on a planet that is slowly being reclaimed by the stars. Mars is the monument to the universe's total indifference toward us. Maybe we'll never find life on Mars because there's nothing left to find. The sun's cruel wind has scattered the truth across the galaxy long ago. Before we look for a new home among the stars, we should look at the one we have, because one day, our sky will also turn gray. Our oceans will also be dragged into the night. And on that day, there will be no one left to remember that we were ever here. The red mirror is waiting. Stay curious. Stay careful. This is Cosmos Protocol.